Hey everybody, it's Chris Seeds, Wootini over at GayGamer.net, here with another weekly video podcast. And I know that I said I was going to talk about the games I'm playing, because I am still playing games. I did go through a bit of a phase where I was more in the mood to watch movies than I was to play games, but I'm back into the games now. But anyway, I'm not going to talk about games because Nintendo went and did what pretty much everybody was expecting them to do, which was to use their most recent Nintendo Direct video to announce the release of the new 3DS. Of course, it's the new 3DS XL, which I don't mind, because I have an XL right now, but I could never downgrade to a regular size 3DS again. The screen would be too small and I would go crazy. But it's funny because everybody was expecting it, but after the announcement, the internets were rife with complaints because of, well, first of all, there's no AC adapter included with the new 3DS. And everyone's like, what the hell? That makes no sense. I kind of get Nintendo's motivation there because they can save a few dollars, you know? Because the people who are going to be buying a new 3DS as a replacement or upgrade or companion to an existing 3DS system, they're going to greatly outnumber the people who are buying a new 3DS as their very first 3DS system. There are going to be those people, and they're going to have to go out and spend whatever, $8 or $9 on an AC adapter. But I know I've got like at least 2, possibly 3 AC adapters that aren't going anywhere. And, because I'm not trading in my Animal Crossing 3DS XL, ever. So that cable, that AC adapter that's plugged into the wall where I charge my Animal Crossing 3DS, that'll do just fine to charge my new 3DS XL. When I eventually get one, which will probably not be for quite a while. Because as I said, I love my Animal Crossing one, and I'm not in any hurry to replace it. And in fact, if I do replace it, I feel like I'd still want to use that to play Animal Crossing on. I don't know if you can do that, though. I think you have to transfer all your games onto the new system, and you can't just keep one game on that system, so that'll be sad to give it up, but that's why I'm in no hurry. And also, there are no games out right now. I mean, there are no games out right now anyway, because it doesn't come out until February 13th. But they've planned on the first 2 games that you can only play on the new 3DS are, you know, a new Xenoblade Chronicles role-playing game and Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, neither of which I'm at all interested in playing. So, yay, I can hold off. Because eventually they will come out with a game that can only be played on the new 3DS, and I will have to cave. And I'm just hoping that by then, they'll have more interesting colors than the black and red. Because that's boring. They are having one bundled with Majora's Mask that's kind of cool looking, but I've never played Majora's Mask before, so I'm not sure that I'd really want to have a 3DS that's emblazoned with the Majora's Mask symbols, because it won't have any meaning to me, really. And I certainly don't want the Monster Hunter 4 one, because that one is just, like, I don't care about Monster Hunter, I said, so I certainly don't want a 3DS emblazoned with it. But it just means that later on, when they do come out with a game that I'm like, oh, I want that, maybe they'll come out with a special edition 3DS for that. Or they'll at least have other assorted colors to choose from by that point. They'll add some variety or something, because right now, there's no variety. And that's also because of the weird thing that they're doing in America that other people were also very upset about, which is there's no regular size new 3DS. They are only bringing the new 3DS XL to America, which is upsetting a great many people, because they were looking forward to the regular size 3DS that had the different interchangeable faceplates. And I thought that was the coolest idea. I thought, oh my god, this is amazing. So you could get all these interchangeable face plates, and that's so much fun, and you can just change whenever you feel the mood. But then you can't do it on the XL, and like I said, I like my XL too much to go down just for faceplates. But then it turns out that's not even going to be an issue, because they're not releasing the regular size 3DS in America. We're only getting the new 3DS XL. I guess the XL was outselling regular size 3DS, so they said, there's no point in bringing it over, let's just sell the new 3DS XL in America instead. I don't know. Also, it's funny that they would do the interchangeable faceplates for one and not the other, because they're not mechanically different. I mean, you would just have to make larger faceplates for the XL, and then they would have to make additional faceplates, which I guess they just didn't want to do. But it's super frustrating because I'm like, if you're only releasing the XL in America, why not create XL faceplates for America? That way it'll appease all the people who are pissed off that you're not releasing the regular size one with the faceplates. So, I don't know. I mean, I also like the idea of the faceplates because it stops you from being tempted. Like, you know, if I already had an XL, I probably wouldn't have bought the Animal Crossing XL. I would have been sorely tempted, but I probably would have resisted. But because I wanted to upgrade to an XL anyway, I went for the Animal Crossing one. But, like, you know, then they come out with, like, a Zelda one, and then they come out with, like, a Mario one, and, like, I know people who bought a Smash 3DS just to have a Smash 3DS, and they have two 3DSs that they play, and I'm just like, what? Like, I just want to own one, and keep all my games on that one. But I guess they don't want to have too many, they don't want to give us the faceplates because they want us to buy replacement 3DSs with new designs whenever they feel the need to release them. I don't know. I'm only slightly bothered. Like I said, I do want an XL, so I'm not bothered that the small ones aren't coming here. I'm mostly bothered that they never even bothered to do faceplates for the big one. But like I said, by the time they get around to making a game that is only playable on the new 3DS XL, maybe they'll have better colors by then. Fingers crossed. I don't know. Because right now there's nothing... like, the Majora's Mask is compatible, like, you can use the thumbstick to, you know, control the camera and stuff, but that's not... I'm not buying a new 3DS just for that. You know? I am curious to see how the, you know, the motion tracking works with the 3D to track your face so that the 3D stays, you know, 3D. Though I've never really had that big of a problem holding it still. So, I mean, there's certain games where, you know, trying to use the gyroscope, and that's just foolish because the 3D goes out of whack instantly. But it's never really bothered me. I mean, the faster processor's cool, but that's not going to affect the current games. That's just for the new games that require that processor. And the thumbstick is cool, and means you don't have to have that extra add-on nonsense with the thumbstick. But, yeah, I mean, hopefully there will be a better one later. I know a bunch of people are going to get one right when it comes out, but I'm going to hold off, as I often do. So, what are your thoughts on the 3DS, the new 3DS? Are you picking up a new 3DS XL? Are you going to get the Majora's Mask one or the Monster Hunter one? Or are you going to wait for better color ideas or designs? Are you pissed about the AC adapter? Because I don't get it. And then also, are you pissed about the faceplates? Because I'm a little pissed about the faceplates, but mostly not that they're not bringing them here, just that they don't exist on the XL. Because I would like interchangeable faceplates. So that's it for this week. Come back next week when I promise I will talk about some games. Specifically one game that I just started the other day that I'm not ready to talk about yet because it'll make this podcast way too long. It needs its own podcast. That'll be next week. I bought Dragon Age Inquisition. So come back next week and I'll tell you what I think. Bye!